Well, hello, you YouTube. YouTube. I don't know what I had there. I had a little cranial, little misfire happen. So back in the shop again. Yeah, it's day 2 of arts and crafts with N622RV, and your host Jeff Norton. No, stop. But yeah, so today we're going to continue. If you guys remember, we have to build some clips, and I'll put it right up there. These are little like clothespin clips, that I guess, for lack of a better definition, that will go over the elevator trim tabs to compress them. So I have got my sheets here, and let me do this. I'm gonna switch angles here. Hold on. So what I've done is we'll get this stuff off the bench. It's not needed. So what I've done is I printed up 6 pages of the form. And like I said, I highly recommend that you get the electronic version of the plans so you can do the same thing. So I've got to cut these out, and then I'm going to glue them onto these scrap pieces of plywood that I have left over when I built the benches and various things. And then we are going to cut them out. I'm probably going to cut them out on the bandsaw versus the scroll saw. So we'll do that. But that's what we're going to do today. We got 6 of these to cut out because you're going to need 3 later on in the plans. Right now it's just showing 1, but later on in the plans we're going to need 3 per elevator trim. And I am going to pro seal. In other words, I'm going to seal up all the parts at the same time. So I'm going to have enough parts to do them all. I can't do one side and then wait for it to dry and then do the other side. So that means I got to do 6 of these. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to get those cut, and we'll get those cut out with the scissors, and then we'll get those adhesive onto the spare or leftover scrap plywood there, and then we'll get it cut out with a bandsaw. So there you go. Not much more to say. Hit the stop button, Jeff. Get to work. Stop talking. All right, so here we go. I was able to spare some scrap. Instead of using 2, I was able to get two of the plans, or the I don't know, the blueprints, or the whatever they call them. I was able to get 2 of these on each piece of plywood. I'm going to use the band saw because I think that will probably cut it a lot better. And templates, that's it, the 2 templates. I was able to get 2 templates on each. So I got 6 templates in total, and on 3 pieces of wood. Just glued them down with contact cement down there. You can get that at a box store, or at Harbor Freight. And then I'll use these lines to cut everything out. I think this will work, but we'll see here in a minute. All right, so there you go. Got the got the laundry clips done, or the clips. Yeah, I got those cut out. Wasn't that hard or difficult of a task. It was just tedious. Now, one of the things that I will caution you, if you're using any kind of power tool, follow the safety guidelines of the tool. You don't want to come up with, I can't do it. You don't want to come up with one of these, right? Or come out of it with one of these. You need all these. These fingers are important. They kind of, you kind of need them. So just make sure you follow all of the safety rules. Make sure that, especially as you're getting close, because I'll tell you, bandsaws will not stop on fingers. They'll go right through them. I mean, anybody that uses bandsaws knows that. So just be safe. Use common sense. Be safe. Use pushing blocks. We tend to, especially around bandsaws, power tools and stuff, we tend to think that our hands can get close to that, that blade, or as we're cutting, like this way, get that hand, but you just got to be careful. Be mindful that blade is going around there pretty quick. And the other thing too is bandsaw blades do break, and when they break, those blades kind of go everywhere. Now they get captured, but if your hand's anywhere around them, you know, like if the blade was coming up here and your hand was here and that blade broke, it's gonna kick out to the right or to the left. So you need to keep your hands off from the side, keep them in front of the blade and behind, directly behind the blade, but make sure you don't reach into the blade. You know, just common sense with bandsaws, because they will ruin your day and everything. So that's it. I've got the clips made. They're ready to go. Still got the paper on them. The adhesive actually worked really well. They're still on there. I'm not going to take them off. There's no reason to. So we are good to go. Oh, for cutting out for squaring up that, see how that's squared up? Just run the blade, just run it 3 or 4 times in there to cut it out, and then it will just chip right out. I got to do that one. I didn't notice that there's a piece there. I mean, that's how you do it. The instructions have, you can see a shadow line here, but you're not supposed to cut it all the way up to that. It's just squared off there. They just did that for measurement reasons. So there you go. Yeah, we got our 6 clips ready to go, and yeah, we'll get back in the shop tomorrow, God willing, and we'll start working on the elevator trim. Still no word on the back spar. This guy here, the replacement. I know Vans has charged me for the part and everything, so I know it's on its way, because Vans does not charge you until they actually ship the part. So I know it's on the way. It's just, you know, coming from Oregon all the way to Florida. So it'll be here next week. I have faith. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, tomorrow we'll get in here and we'll at least get working on the elevator trim tabs. I do have a video I will include of another builder who has a great idea. There's some complex, not complex, but there's some bends that we have to put into those elevator tabs. And I'll switch the camera around. So there's some bends that we have to put into the elevator tabs. They weren't too bad on the elevators themselves, but the tabs, a lot of people have a hard time with getting them right. And there's a really good video, and I'll make sure I'm going to include that tomorrow, on how another way of doing that. And I'm going to try to do it myself, but I definitely want to include that video here. Give credit to the individual that did it, right? Yeah, that's what this page is about. That's why we share these videos. You know, we got to keep track of what we do. The FAA requires us to do that. When you build your own airplane, you got to show that you actually built it and you didn't pay someone to build it for you. I know guys that have done that, but I don't know what their status is with the FAA. So I don't know what, who knows? But so we keep record. But more importantly, the reason why we do these videos is to share knowledge and to kind of pass it on and share. That's why I like to kind of just show you, instead of just showing you me building the airplane, blah, 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 blah. I just stop and show you the close-ups of what I do and how I get through certain situations. Hopefully you guys can take that and learn from it. So yeah, that's the purpose of it. And also, of course, keep track, show the FAA that me, myself, and I'm my own best friend. Richard comes in and helps. He keeps me motivated. He's like my QA guy. He kind of sits there and shakes his head. If I'm doing something incredibly stupid, he doesn't. He just shoots the breeze with me, keeps me company here in the shop. But yeah, I'm getting to the point now where I am going to need some help. There's going to be some parts that I won't be able to reach, and everything. So we're going to, I'm going to need some help putting the plane together. If you're in the Crystal River area or around and want to come and help buck rivets and stuff, give me a shout, leave a comment. I will tell you that if you're going to build an airplane, it's very important to get with an EAA chapter. Those guys at every EAA chapter that I've ever gone to, I've gone to a couple meetings at different sites throughout the area. There's always someone there willing to help you. And I promise you, there is pretty much someone there that's built an RV. RV10 or RV14, someone has built an RV within that chapter. That's how prolific RVs are. in the experimental build area. So get with an EAA chapter, and stuff. And there's going to be guys that are going to, that are willing to help. It's not just shoot the breeze. They will come out and actually help. I've yet to ask for help and not receive it from EAA members. Sometimes you got to tell them, no, stay away. There is distraction because you get talking and stuff, shooting the breeze, kicking the tires. It's kind of like used to get the old combine tractor, out there in the farm when we were younger. And people from miles around would come out and look at the tractor, drink their coffee, spit their tobacco on it. Yeah, that's a tractor. It's kind of like that with an airplane. When people find out you're building an airplane, they come and it's pretty neat, and they're just fascinated. Everybody that's come here to the shop. Now I'm kind of in a gated area, but people know I'm building it, so during the day they'll come out. I don't show that on the videos and everything because it's just some people just don't like being on camera, but they're amazed. I'm amazed on how light the parts are. It's kind of it's just fascinating to share that with them. And the other thing that they're amazed is how thin the material is, and they and it's like, hey, you go on a big airplane, you go on one of the big tube airplanes, same metal, it's just a lot more, but same dimensional. So it's just amazing. It opens their eyes to how things are constructed. And if you're a structural or a mechanical engineer, airplanes, man, it's just incredible how all of this comes together. You get these flimsy little parts, and how after you put a few rivets in them and tie it, how everything just comes together and is solid. It'll outlast a lot of us. That's what we're counting on, right? We're hoping the plane lasts longer than we do, and everything. I tell my kids this is their their inheritance. So, but yeah. All right, so we're done for the night. I just want to say thanks for joining me. Thanks for helping keep me motivated to get into the shop and get some work done and everything. And I was a little late getting in the shop today. I did some flying today. It was fun. You gotta get out too and fly. We love flying. That's why we do it, right? So I make it a point to at least put in 2 hours or so every weekend and work on my skills. You never quit. You never quit learning as a pilot. You never quit learning. So the day you quit learning is the day you're not flying anymore. You learn that you shouldn't be flying. I hope that day never comes, but yeah. So yeah, got to get out. If you're a pilot, get out there, go flying. There's always something you can learn. Get with an instructor and just go. A lot of pilots, the instructor, they think they get their ticket and they're good to go. No, you gotta still hang out. Those instructors are important. They will teach you things, keep you safe, keep you a safe pilot, and make life a lot easier for you. They'll teach you things too. Not only safety is number one, but they'll teach you things. They'll teach you to be efficient and to think through some things. So. All right. Well, that's enough. I'm starting to ramble. I just want to say God bless. Take care of yourself. And hopefully, God willing, we will be back in tomorrow and we will be bending some elevator trims.